So, I've decided to start a video blog. Um, and if you haven't noticed already, you won't be seeing my face in this video blog only because I feel that I just don't feel like showing you my face. um, because this video blog has to do with dating, and subsequent ones will, I'm sure, have to do with dating because I'm a single girl. I understand that it's important to see faces because dating is visual, especially when you're just meeting someone and those are the first things you see: visual things, face, facial structure, hands and teeth and noses and that type of thing. I understand that those things are important, and the personality aspect kind of comes in later. But for the purposes of what I want to do, oh, you don't really need to see my face. I mean, I'm not an ugly girl. I would consider myself reasonably attractive. I've had my fair share of dates that I've initiated and that others have initiated towards me. When I do go out, I do get approached, so that's not an issue. Um, you know, this is dating. It's like it's like Marshalls. You just pick and pick through the crap and pick through the crap, and hope eventually you find something good. But that's another video blog for another time. This blog is going to be about me. I have a problem. I like to call it Exhuming the Bodies. And that is where I'm sorry, my windows are open and somebody's like got a shopping cart and they're like doing whatever with the shopping cart. I don't know if you can hear that. Anyway, I tend to exhume bodies. And what I mean by that is I'll see someone, date them, maybe not date. We could speak on the phone. There could be some type of interaction. We could talk or have a couple of dates or just text message back and forth. It could be anything. It could be anything. And for whatever reason, we will, lose contact or lose touch or, something will happen and we'll stop speaking. And then stupid me will revisit that person, that quote unquote relationship, and initiate contact, hence exhuming the body, for a second look. And never, never does this work in my favor. So I am trying to condition myself to stop. I've done it in the past quite a bit. My ex-boyfriend, years ago, we broke up and, continued to remain friends, fell in and out of touch, and that was like a constant exhumation. Is that a word, exhumation? I would exhume, and we'd speak for a little bit, and then he'd, get buried again. Then he might exhume me, and then we'd kind of, no sex, no nothing like that. Like, just, it was like we were friends. We'd go to concerts together. We'd talk back and forth on Like I Am, maybe. I think even once we went to the movies together when that last Matrix movie came out, so you can tell how long ago that was. And there was another time, a last time, where I exhumed him a few years ago. 2 years ago? 2.5 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. What's this, 2008? Maybe 2 years ago. I exhumed him yet again to come with me to a concert because I didn't want to go by myself. And it was a disaster. He acted like he didn't want to be there. He practically pushed me out of the cab, once we got into a cab when it was all over. And I felt some kind of way about that. Like, I never thought that he would treat me that way. I sent this really direct and upset email. And I told him, I said, I never expected you to act like that. If you didn't want to go, I bought the tickets. I didn't ask him for any money for the tickets or anything. And I told him, I said, if you didn't want to be there, you should have let me know. I would have had somebody else go in your place, whatever. And I said, in the email, I said, we're done. We're done. There's no need for us to continue communicating, and I really have not communicated with him since then. Um, there was another guy I was seeing. Well, I wasn't seeing him. I actually met him years ago, and we'd exhumed, and then, well, we met. He had issues. He was married. I know. He was married, on the verge of a divorce. At the time, I didn't believe him, but now that I know, I still do speak to him years later. He definitely, did get a divorce. He's up here. She's down south in another state, Virginia or something, I believe. Um, and we met, kicked it. That was just a sexual thing. That died out. I met him out at random at like some concert years later. Drudged him up again. We kicked it again for a little bit. Then, I was feeling like Little Miss Bold, Little Miss Adult. Oh, I can just do it. I can just have sex without the attachment. Exhumed him again via frickin' Google. Ridiculous. I'm such an idiot. Exhumed him again. Then, doing this stupid female thing that women do that we can't seem to not do. We catch feelings, so I cut it off. Then I exhumed him again. Well, actually, I didn't really exhume him. He never really left. We just stopped having sex for a few months. Um, and then I just initiated it again, and it's ridiculous. Then, recently, there was a guy that I had been speaking to that I met one of the internet, dating sites or whatever. We kicked it for a minute. Not kicked it, but, because he lived in another state. We spoke on the phone. Things seemed to be going well. He was supposed to come up to visit me, and then he basically disappeared for 2 days. And I was just like, well, how could you? I was just so upset. Like, I really arranged my schedule. He seemed like a really nice guy, but then in the end, he jerked me around. So that was the end of August. And I kind of sent him an email. I was just like, wow, you really just... No, I didn't send him an email. I called, or he called. I don't remember. Anyway, I was less than pleased. I basically cut that off, and then that was the end of that. I hit the computer. My bad. And then me, just again, really feeling like I have no connection to anyone. Exhumed the body. He actually did end up coming for the weekend. Blah, blah, blah. We had sex. And then a week later, nothing. So I made that huge mistake. It was the most ridiculous thing. And I'm a grown woman. I'm 31 years old. You really would think that I would know better. But I didn't. So, yeah. That was last weekend. It's been a week. I've, attempted to make contact, and I've heard nothing from him. Now, granted, it's been like a crazy week. We have a brand new black president. Things are crazy. Everybody's talking about it. Blah, blah, blah. But you know what they say. No matter how busy someone is, if they want to make the time to speak to you, they'll make the time to speak to you. And clearly, he does not wish to do that. So I did something really whack. I sent one of those slightly angry, no, I don't think it was an angry black woman email, but I was just like, I guess we're no longer communicating. Thanks for letting me know. I guess I should have just left you where you were instead of exhuming you for a second look, although I didn't say that, but that's what I meant, really. And, thanks for the memories. I mean, I didn't really say that, but that's basically what I meant. Like, and I'm kicking myself. I feel really stupid because I'm grown and I've been at this dating thing for years. So you really think I would know better? I'm about to run out of time. It's like almost 10 minutes. But basically the bottom line with that is, yeah, I'm an idiot. I don't need anybody to come on and make comments. Oh, you shouldn't have had sex with him, and that's what you get. And I know. Womp womp. But it's not really about that. It's just about me exhuming these bodies when I really shouldn't be. Once they're dead and gone and buried, they really should just stay there. So that's something I'm working on. Um, I yeah, I yeah. No more exhuming the bodies for me. Once I'm done with them, I should be done with them. And yeah, so that's my first blog, video log, whatever. I know. Welcome to my life. This is a hot mess. I've got two other stories to tell you, but since this is already 10 minutes, almost 11 minutes, I'm going to end it, and I'll speak to you soon.